Hey everyone. Alright, so last Sunday I really wanted to finish the last Who Knows Where in Bastion, but I just couldn't be bothered with. I did play a little bit throughout the week just to farm some stuff, maybe see if just getting some level ups would help. But honestly, I'm just kind of tired of doing it. I might do it later at some point, but I kind of just want to move on with the whole Supergiant Sunday thing. So yeah, today I'm going to be starting Transistor with all limiters on. So to be able to do that, I'm actually going to start a new game plus. So I'm going to start with a bunch of stuff that I shouldn't have. But it will also let me actually start with all the limiters. Otherwise, I would have to just... I'm pretty sure you don't get all the limiters in a single playthrough. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. I just installed Transistor this morning and I tried starting it up, but there's a bit of an issue with the resolution, so I'm gonna have to set some stuff up before actually switching to the game. Because it does the thing where it just immediately drops into the game. It doesn't really give you the options menu first. So yeah, I should just shut up and get started. Anyway. Alright. What else? No, that's about it. Okay. Alright, let me start this thing with you. Okay. I got a feeling it probably changed everything. Wait, I needed to also do a thing. And yeah, you're just gonna rearrange the whole thing. Okay. I'm aware. Wait, hold on. Sorry about that. I guess I might as well switch before I start. Eh. What? Oh, you're one of those. No, never mind. You're just being an ass for no reason. Why are you not? Oh, there it is. Um, I'll just fix the screen later. Well, later in a moment, I mean.
Hey, Red. We're not gonna get away with this, are we? Come on, pull. There. Together again.
Okay, but can I get an options menu, please? There we go. Seriously, that's the highest you got? I guess I'll take it. Okay, but can you not fuck up my screen, please? Okay, there we go. Wait, did I? Yeah, okay. Yep, I guess that's how it's going to go. And now my fans are freaking out. Well, my computer fans. Fans. Okay. No, okay. No, I don't rearrange everything in my fucking monitor. Okay. That's what I get for only having one monitor. You, I can close you. You are, let me move you here. You're good there. I do need to move you. Move this also. All right. You over here. Actually, based on the UI, well, no, because I'm just gonna hang out here anyway. Okay. Maybe a little bit to the right. Yeah. That should be good. Okay, I got desktop audio, I got everything. Should be good to go. Alright, let's roll. Let me just check if there's anything else I need to change. I'm sure I'll relearn everything in time. Alright. Wait, if I hit retry, do you restart the game? Because I don't know if the stream actually saw the first bit. Yep, just all the way back to this screen.
Hey, Rat. We're not gonna get away with this, are we?
Come on, pull.
Okay.
There. Together again. Sort of.
So yep, I got a bunch of stuff that I don't remember what they do. Alright. Wait. How do I interact with this? I remember being able to interact with this. Okay. And I switch with these. And this is just my dash. Yay. I remember that one.
We'll figure something out.
E.
What a night. You're still in one piece. That's all that matters.
So I can't check this with E? I guess not yet. Wait, can I jump over there? No, I can't. And I don't think I can activate the limiters until the first access point. So until then, I guess I'm just
Yikes.
gonna
Found
do
us
some
already.
stuff.
They want you back, I bet.
Okay, but who? Oh. Alright. The turn-based. Okay, but how do I cancel? Okay, how about jaunt? Right, and then get. Can I get that one? I think it's gonna crash with the thing. I get this one. Then I don't remember what this one is called. Tap. And I also don't remember what this one is called. Call. Okay. Execute. Oh yeah, I was able to get all of them. Wait, they were all protected? Oh, right there. There was a protect. I should just... Or this. Get over here. Get the fuck over here. Man. You know what, I'm just gonna... Nope. There.
We're clear.
Okay, so that wasn't optimal, but...
Hey.
Level 29. Switch, help. Give me a switch. I'm pretty sure I already have all of these anyway. I need an access point right now to figure out what the fuck I'm doing.
Hey, up there. Hello, world. Look at all that. We're on the edge of town, 100 blocks away.
Can I increase the volume a little bit? Nope, this is the max volume it can be. Alright. What? Okay, I'm gonna reset that, but not everything. Alright.
There's the empty set. Still too close to it. We better get as far from there as possible.
Do I have jaunt?
Come on. Block party up ahead. Here we go.
Creeps and cells. Okay. Should be enough.
Now.
I think
Get outta here.
that may have been unnecessary. Wait, is there another one over there? Alright, all those chicken thingies. Get me you. Get me you. And get me you. I missed.
Gross.
least these ones don't regen health. At least not yet. Alright, I forgot. Those leave
We're good.
damage fields.
She awake? Hi. You okay? I see. Sure. She wants to come along. We can use her.
I'm aware.
Intersection. Let's see. Cloudbank Fashion Week not happening, huh?
Your presence will make the 67th Annual Fashion Week an unforgettable experience.
3 days this time.
3-day extravaganza. We cordially invite you to our 67th annual event. Cloudbank's popular tradition will be at its most spectacular with your support. Event size, 8 square blocks, from Goldwalk Boulevard through Halcyon Street. Featuring more than 275 local and exotic brands. Space is limited, so please reply soon so we know to expect you. See you there.
Maybe next year.
Thank you for your response.
Let's see what else.
Wait, wasn't there another one back here? I really need to put ping on that.
Wish it was raining. Cover your tracks.
Tomorrow's forecast. Tomorrow is another day in Cloudbank. How would you like it? Which climate is more
Rain's
to your
not even
liking?
on the ballot.
Warm, clear, light breeze, or mild scattered clouds? Give me some clouds. Thank you for voting. Mild scattered
Mild and
clouds,
inoffensive.
61%. Warm, clear, light breeze, 39%.
Where were we?
Ah, fuck. Can I just... Oh, okay. Yep, there's some more over there. Get me you, get me you, get me you. And 1 tap, 2 tap, just in case. And yep, there's still one left. I don't even think I needed this, but just in case.
No problem.
Alright. What are you? Oh, that's the weather terminal that I just checked.
Ought to keep heading east. Hey, end of the plaza. It's you.
Now this is a banger of a song.
I'm so sorry, Red. They took your voice. I couldn't stop them. Well, we took something of theirs. Hey, let's just go. Come on, just go. Just... yeah. Damn. They're tracking us. She tried to trick us? Finally. Oh.
Oh, there's a cheerleader. Nothing personal, kid. Wait, that's not gonna hit. Wait, where's my undo? Can I undo with backspace? No, I don't think I can. Well, shit. Walking on coals, walk away slow. there it is. Siren song for you. I see the spine of the world sparkle and shine like the inside. Frick. Another one. Okay. So come with me. We'll fly right over. Right over. Watch it
What's going on?
Overloaded. I'm aware. When did you overload?
Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay. Side street, due east. Through there. I think I know a place we could get a ride. This didn't used to be here. Oh, okay.
Moyle P.
Hey, Mr. Moyle, you in there?
I think
It's him
originally
all right, but I can barely hear him.
this is the guy that gives me jaunt. Wait, can I? Nope, not until I get to an access point.
Oh no. Cut off our escape.
Yeah, get isn't.
Come on, man, tough guy.
Can I behind him? Nope, I'm not behind him. Well. Now you know what? Instead of that jaunt, give me a get. And then call. Nice.
Jerk.
Oh, paparazzis. And healing stuff.
You okay?
Ouch. Well, I know there's somewhere in there. I should probably just jaunt towards them to check. Let's do this one first. There you are. And another were more than 5 weeds. Level 30.
I think you just hit the limit.
Yep. Max level. But I am gonna be turning on all the limiters, so...
Look at that.
There we go.
Looks like the gang's all here.
Indeed. Slot effects, upgrade slot, and passive slot. Let me just remove everything. This is, yep, then it just repeats. And there goes my fan again. I should really clean it. I'll clean it tomorrow. Or maybe today after stream. Okay. That should be good for now. Okay. I should have 2 of each, but I think I may have 3 of some. No, I do have only 2 of each, but okay. Anyway, let me check my limiters. Oh, I can just double click them. Resilience limiter. The process will spawn shielded cells when terminated. Sure. I mean, I'm gonna be using all of them, so... What is this? Oh, right. Designation, bad cell. The cells, they spoil. They spoil like, well, like anything that spoils, except instead of spoiling, they become something else. Something they don't seem to want to be. This is no conversion, but a total metamorphosis. It cannot be reversed, as far as I can tell. Once the cell has shifted to this form, then all that remains is for it to expel its stored potential, like a last breath, back into the ether, I suppose. Some form of self-defense? Royce. Pretty sure that's just a signature. Role, to be recycled. Features, pellet blaster, burst shockwave. Vulnerabilities, unarmored frame, cannot detect cover. Preferences, cool dark places, early termination. End of file. Dang, terminated by user 573. Throughout my playthroughs, I suppose. Efficiency limiter. Effect when used, the process will strike with twice as much power. Designation, jerk. Wouldn't want to agitate this particular specimen. Would strongly advise against any such a thing. Do not disturb. Although, it's quite docile really. Not easily disturbed, but not to be disturbed. Its large frame suggests to me it's an older form. Less efficient, less capable in some ways. Though specialized like all of the rest. It wouldn't still be around if it didn't have its uses. And just you look at it. You can guess what it's for, I'm sure. You need a good plot of land to build upon. Why, here's the process you had to call. Royce. Roll paver. Features, piston flatteners, overdrive system, grapple shot, in some versions. Vulnerabilities, none available. Preferences, pulverizing, absorption, and the file. Abundance limiter. Effect when in use, the process will sometimes spawn twin cells when terminated. Designation, young lady. Most embarrassing, though I must admit I can't explain this one's rather conspicuous appearance. Specifically, it resembles to the body of a woman. Now, mathematically, there is a chance this is coincidental. There's always a chance. But I find that hard to believe. And rather, I suspect the process is taking a bit of a liking to us. Started taking some of our quirks, like how one might subconsciously assume the mannerisms of a friend. At any rate, this one is very unusual, very much so, and rather temperamental too. so I've yet to gain a sense for all her intricacies. Royce. Role Supervisor. Features: Fragmentation Beam, Cell Incubator, Self-Copy Systems. Systems. Vulnerabilities, High Yield Functions. Preferences: Constant Noise, People. Initiative Limiter. When in use, the process will respawn from cells in much less time. Alright, they straight up respawn. But if I focus them down, that shouldn't be an issue. At least they won't get immune to damage. Well, unless they have cheerleaders. Designation: Weed. The ground is positively teeming with these little numbers, isn't it now? They spread while underground. Of this I'm certain, though the exact method of reproduction, that I don't exactly understand. It isn't, well, it must get so crowded down there that once in a while, one of them decides it's time to poke its head out for a look around. Is this a primordial form of some sort, from which all others came to pass? The others tend to turn to these as though for guidance, despite how simple they appear to be. Requires further study. Royce. Role Supplier. Features: Restorative Aura and Defensive Aura. Vulnerabilities: Immobile, cannot self-restore. Preferences: Burrowing, Sterile Ground. End of file. Responsibility Limiter. When in use, user will lose access to 6 memory or more. Functions may be uninstalled. Designation: Cheerleader. Now these little fellows are quite remarkable, really, and I believe are key to how the process is able to construct, or deconstruct as the case may be. Whatever they set their sights upon, why, it becomes impervious really, as though encased in thick glass. This way the process can just build and build and build, clean and happy. No destruction to surrounding environments. No need for pardon or dust or anything like that. It all gets done in a hurry, but not in a rush. Not in a rush. The work, it is immaculate. Royce. Role Maintenance. Features: Shield Beam, Reinforced Shell, Power Charger in some models. Vulnerabilities: Unarmed. Preferences: High traffic areas, Sunset. Concentration Limiter. In fact, when in use, the user will no longer automatically activate turn at low health. Oh, was that a thing that happened? I was not aware that happened. Designation: Clocker. This one is rather inconspicuous, even nonchalant, so very timid in its disposition, though its appendages, that is to say its legs, they will need a closer look. Why are they not rigid, fleshy almost, appearing natural in shape and texture, which strikes me very, very odd. The process, it is big on self-improvement, that I know, but I do not know if copying the way we mill about, the way we wander, I don't know if that qualifies. In any case, this is a newer model, has to be, able to traverse denser environments undetected, and quite literally lead the way for its associates. It is a bit like an explorer. Royce. Role Ranger. Features: Ballistic Launcher, All-Terrain Locomotion, Disruption System in some models. Vulnerabilities: Far-Slighted Rangefinder. Preferences: Bipede Emulation, Shooting Contests. Biped or bipede? I think it's bipedal, but the singular it's biped probably. Priority Limiter. When in use, the user will overload more functions at once and recover only one per access point. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. Designation: Creep. Busy, 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 aren't they? With their feet, or feelers maybe, all cluttering about. Very hardworking, diligent, dignified even. Despises menial role within process hierarchy, though hierarchy, that is not quite right. more like union. Most respectable, a pair of these. They often work in pairs, can wipe out a small house in an hour or two if sufficiently impelled. Then the others in the family, they all come on in to make way for something new, something different, often something better than before. Royce. Role, Custodian. Features, Cutting Beam, All-Terrain Movement. Vulnerabilities, Exposed Cell in the rear. Requires line of sight. Preferences, Scentlessness, Hard Pavement. Legacy Limiter. When in use, the process will spawn corrupted cells when terminated. Designation, Snapshot. Spend many hours staring into these unblinking eyes. Rather calmly, really. The process keeps meticulous records, very responsible, and this is sort of their bookkeeper, near as I can tell. Now I can't make heads or tails of those records yet, but they are timestamps. They do have to be timestamps. They have to be timestamps, which is how I know. In any case, the sense of feeling monitored constantly, while troubling at first, I found with time it fades. Royce. Role, Reporting. Features, Flash Lens, Reflex Booster, Data Scrambler in some versions. Vulnerabilities, Exposed Cell in the rear. Preferences, High Dynamic Range Lighting. Performance Limiter. Oh. When in use, user will cause functions to overload by uninstalling them at access points. Oh, so I can't uninstall things. Oh, there's gonna be a problem because I don't remember what everything does. So I'm gonna have to stick to a build even if it sucks. Okay. Alright. Designation, Fetch. First signs of aggression I've seen from the process. Real aggression, I mean. All of them a bit temperamental, really, but this, I need to keep a healthy distance. Develop disincentives. Make the terms of the relationship abundantly clear. I don't yet know what to make of this. What is the process trying to protect itself from with something like this? Me? Sorry about that. At any rate, it's plain this form came to be from something other than solving the city's problems. But when? Why? And how is it able to disappear completely, despite all we've done to dry it out? Will it come back to this? Royce. No, we'll come back to this. Royce. Role, Guardian. Features, sleek form factor, tracking sensor, paralysis wave in some models. Vulnerabilities, ineffective at range. Preferences, cylindrical objects, simple games. Oh, sticks. Cause dog. Superiority limiter. When in use, the process will spawn in greater numbers. Designation, Man. The process, I believe it is beginning to take on certain characteristics of its environment. Its environment in this case consisting of yours truly, I suppose, and my associates. One of the others who shall be left nameless suggested this might be a form of tribute, like a living sculpture, but he or she does not know what he or she is talking about, and I fear something else is going on here. Something rather troubling. Precaution thing, but I've implemented a number of interlocking safety limiters that should keep the process well in line, for just in case. Can never be too sure. Royce. Role, Assault. Features, Summon Seekers. Strong near friends. No, stronger near friends. Recovery systems. Facing system in some models. Vulnerabilities, none available. Preferences, unknown. End of file. And that's all the limiters. They're going to be a pain in the ass. So now I only have 20 slots of memory. Okay. Wait, do I also have all of the...
You got on the camera on a short list. More than just a name to them now.
Yep, I got all of them. I'll read them later. I just did a bunch of reading. I'll read one of them on each access point. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, I definitely want Jaunt. Transport the user to nearby location directly ahead. Okay. I kind of want something fast for when I'm not in a turn, because I don't want to just rely on my turns. Although I'm probably gonna end up just relying on my turns. Void. Ping. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a ping. Strike nearby targets upward with tremendous force. No, wait, that's call. This is ping. Fire rapid kinetic charges in a straight line. Reduce turn planning costs and speed up most functions. Move much faster in a single use of turn. Much further. Okay. No, not an upgrade. I want. I want to install it in my second thingy. How do I... Wait, can I drag them? Yes, I can. Okay. Now, this is the one that siphon life points for targets in an area around the user. Yeah, that should be good. Wait, what? What did I have? I had Jaunt. Alright, and I had Call. I might need to bench Call. It's a bit too expensive. Yeah, get me a healing. AoE healing. And what do I do for the last one? I don't really need Get, because I can just jaunt towards them. So I guess I could have Call in the last one, as a bit of a heavy hitter. Or I could have Mask. Or some dogs. Call friend to aid the user. Nah, I feel like I'm not gonna have much time to summon the dogs. Packets. Bounce. Switch. This might be good. Okay. Now I would like some passives. Damage resistance and immunity to slow effects. Yes, please. More planning potential during turn. I don't want to rely on my turns, so let me see what else I can get. Increases range and velocity of other functions. Unstable shells that split into explosive particles. Split and subdivide most functions for greater results. Ricocheting bolt that jumps from target to target. Add a chain reactive effect to most functions. From a volatile packet, increase area of effect of most functions. Unit volatile packets instantly at a regular interval. Oh, so I just drop explosive packets. This might be good actually. Gain 25% chance to become a super user during turn. Most functions chance to prevent cells from spawning. Raise potency of most functions when backstabbing. Become undetectable and faster after eliminating targets. This might be good actually. Strike nearby targets upward with tremendous force. Raise the kinetic impact or effect duration of most functions. Harm targets on contact while executing turn. Create a storm sphere that disintegrates targets on its path. Enhance most functions with lingering destructive effects. Regenerate life points when turn is not recovering. Maybe. I do kind of need this one. Crippled target's defense and attack stacks. An attack stacks 3 times. Augment the potency and effects of most functions. Increase the base damage output for each function. Yeah, I cannot need this on my passive. Purge. Seeking parasite that dismantles a target from within. Apply a corruption effect to most functions. Retaliate automatically when struck. Draw in cells faster and from further away. Make most functions pull targets. I don't think I'm gonna need to get. And then they repeat. I think I want mask. As a passive. But I also want to upgrade my things. I think I want to give. Oh, it says overload instead of uninstalled. Because of the thing that happens. I think I want to give void. No, this would. What about crash? Most functions to stun and disrupt targets. Yeah, I'm gonna give crash to my ping. How about breach? What do you do if I give you this? Oh, okay, I can, actually. Jaunt with Flood. Jaunt will briefly leave a damage trail along the user's path. Ping will briefly leave a damage trail in the wake of each shot. Okay. Tap will be behind a damage field in its area of effect. Could be useful. Switch will surround the target in a damage field that harms nearby targets in addition to the base effects. This could also be useful. Let's give it to tap for now. Alright, hopefully this doesn't suck. Because now I can't uninstall anything without overloading. Alright.
Good. to show you something.
Alright. Jaunt. Then I have my ping with crash. Then I have this. And now it leaves a damage field. Nice. And charm. Okay, it's got decent range.
Okay, there's a...
Wait.
Back.
Oh, great, sure it is. I said I didn't want to rely on my turn, and here I am. Turning. Wait, I can charm one of you, can't I? Yeah. Alright. Can I reach? Yes, I can. I don't think this counts as a backstab.
Let's go.
Oh, I forgot about that. I should have done the thing that makes it so that Jaunt does damage. I need you to drop your shields. Alright. Ah, fuck. Fucking 3 of them just for 1. Oh no, I'm also hitting that one. Jaunt is the only one that I can use when turn is recharging. Ah, frick. The fuck you mean blocked? There we go. Why are there still 3 of them? Oof. Oh, that's why. Yeah, no, this ain't gonna work out. And I got rid of tap. Okay. I'm gonna need you to. And I'm just gonna have to ping him to death.
Hit it.
It lasted for the same duration as my turn recharge. Alright, now. Well, no, this ain't gonna work out.
Just hold on.
Now, you know what? Let me just restart. Oh, but I already have this. Fuck. I'm gonna have to overload something. Overload you. And reach on John's. John will damage and any targets along the user's trajectory. So I can actually hit people while the turn is reloading. Alright.
Okay, there's a... Wait.
I'm aware.
Back.
Oh, at least they don't get
That was
cheerleaders anymore.
Get away from it.
Okay. Wait, I thought the weeds couldn't regenerate. Why are they regenerating? Oh yeah, also I don't have to worry about. Wait, do you heal me if I switch you?
Let's go.
And I lost John. Okay. Okay, I definitely also need to uninstall Ping. Barely does any damage. Ouch. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna have to walk like a peasant. What? Did that not have enough range or something? Okay. Okay. Hmm. What? You can get me through walls. Can I just kill you right now? No. Alright. Okay, I don't want to get close to you when you turn back. Fuck. How the fuck am I supposed to do this? Alright. You kill him. And then I'll just kill the weed with some ping. What? Wasn't enough.
Good hit.
Ah, fuck.
They're gone, but so is this whole block.
Yep. And so are my freaking functions. Okay. Do I have another? Yes, I have another set of these. John with breach. I kind of want to uninstall ping, but it's just gonna overload it. And I have another one of these. Which doesn't really work out. Oh, yeah, probably should get another switch. That one did help out. It looks like I am having to rely on my turns though. John will be more efficient to plan during turn. Ping will be more efficient to plan during turn and faster in real time. Switch will be more efficient to plan during turn and faster in real time. Sure. Wait, but first I need to figure out what do I want for my fourth function. Do I want to just mask? I already have mask as a passive. Could be purge. Or spark. Or get. Nah. Guess not how to help me with this current build. Let me spark. Then give me ping for my charm. Really, I can only install mask or get, and I don't really want get. Jones will spawn a gravity well where used, drawing in nearby targets. Ping will pull targets to the user and deal more damage at long range. Switch will pull the target to the user in addition to the base effect. Spark will deal more damage to distant targets at the point of impact. 200% damage. John will briefly render the user undetectable. Ping will deal greater backstab damage to targets. Switch will temporarily banish targets in addition to the base effects. So this straight up banishes them instead of switching them to my side. That might not be a good idea actually. Target cannot attack. Yeah. Spark will briefly render the user undetectable. I'm unsure.
Yeah, good call. That's our way out.
Yeah, I'm aware game.
Okay, E64 on-ramp. 5 blocks down. Take the second right. Do not turn left. And thanks for the lift. Hi. You turn left. Thought we were gonna skip town. We're going back there. You met these things. They do not have a sense of humor. They will track you down, wipe you out, and take whatever's left of me back to those 2-bit Camerata pieces of trash. Look, whatever you're thinking, do me a favor. Don't let me go. Poor bike. Just 10 more blocks to the set.
Did we just crash that bike?
They beat us here.
I'm aware. Can I?
Asleep or something.
No, it doesn't do that much damage. Can you heal me if I...
Maybe not.
Yes, you do heal me if I turn you. Wait.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed. I don't remember this being that good. Must have been high. Anyway, can I just jaunt you? Oh no, that's Spark. Yep, that'll kill. And I guess I'm just gonna sparkle these motherfuckers. And give me one ally. You're not gonna kill me? What? Oh, there's another one nearby. if I just switch all of you? Well, no, never mind. Wait. Ouch. And there goes my jaunt. Okay. So anyway, I started blasting. Alright, because there's a bunch more enemies. You know what? Oh, there's more.
They were waiting. Thought we make good time too.
Okay. And I don't have a jaunt anymore. Eh.
Not a soul. Hardly recognize this place without the foot traffic.
But can't I? Oh no, that's for the flaunt. What's the... Was it Alt? Was it F? There was a thing that I could do. Other than the humming.
Terminal's still up. Must be starving.
Hungry? Grab a bite. Satisfy your craving with a complimentary Junction Jan's gourmet flatbread. Show offer.
Sea monster's really the only choice here.
Please select your meal preference. A Supremo Deluxe, a Harvest Garden, a Sea Monster, or Mystery Jan's. I do like seafood. Let's go for Sea Monster.
Yes! Just have to get back to your place before it gets cold.
One Sea Monster coming right up. Thanks for your order. Your meal will be delivered to your address in 0.08 minutes. Have a good one, JJ. Oh shit.
They're hungry too.
That's what I get for ordering pizza, I guess. And those are all bad cells, I'm pretty sure. Wait, is that a fucking man? At this point in the game? Oh, I wanted to use ping. And never mind. Wait, can I not do damage to him while he's masked? At least he doesn't regenerate health. Let me get them. Okay.
Left ourselves open for seafood flatbread.
I mean, seafood pizza is pretty good. Really.
Fertile ground.
I like it.
Never seen Gold Walk cleared out.
Hey, another access point. Okay. Has this not recovered? Do I not have any more jaunts? I do not have any more jaunts. Okay. What? Frick it, it's dog time. I kinda wanna... Oh no, I have my other crash on the passive slot. Do I have another spark? I do.
Lillian Platt used to run the OVC. Said she left for personal reasons.
Oh yeah, I'll also read one of those, I suppose. Um, Spark Dog. Help will summon 2 smaller friends, each capable of planning in turn. I have one more little bar. I guess I'll give them get too. Or I could give myself further reach. Alright. I just realized if I want to switch out my passives, I am gonna have to overload them. I'll do it when the rest of my abilities aren't overloaded. Anyway, let's read some backgrounds. Red. Function derived from contact with subject. Trace data encrypted in function. Background. Wait. Age 27. Gender female. Selections music. Linguistics. Reason cited declined. Trace status intact. Red background. Ranked in the top percentile of Cloudbank's contemporary performing artists for 5 years, Red demonstrated early interest in music despite studying at Traverson Hall. Traverson groomed many of the city's most ambitious civic planners. The Red spent the majority of her time developing the Academy's nascent arts program, and was the first on record to select 2 non-traditional disciplines. Records indicate she was reluctant to explain, citing personal reasons. She remained reticent even after gaining the spotlight, and when asked about her past and influences, would often say her work spoke for itself. She did admit, however, that she never wrote her music with the intent to stir controversy. Her career. To appreciate the impact of Red's music, consider first the current state of Cloudbank's social climate, how it evolved over the past 2 decades. When an altercation finally erupted in the crowd during one of her performances, it was the first such incident in 4 years. It escalated to the point where administrators were summoned to the scene. As one of the suspects was banned from the premises, he accused Red of being an instigator and provocateur. Red later stated it was at this moment that she fully understood the potent effect of her music had on people. She decided to take certain precautions from that point, receding from the spotlight to compose new material in relative privacy. Rumors swirled then. When she finally re-emerged, trouble followed. Disappearance. The Camerata found her one night, once the crowds dispersed after one of her performances. They had reason to believe that she would be alone, rehearsing said new material, but she was not alone, and the presence of another individual disrupted aspects of the Camerata's plan for the night. Red survived the incident, becoming separated from the Camerata due to those unforeseen events on their part. Although her trace data remains intact, partial transfer did occur, including transferring of ownership status of something the Camerata believed theirs. File complete.
Fired up.
Now, I'm gonna let the dogs out. Wait, do they just detonate by themselves? Yep. Okay. Goldwalk channel.
Wait, want to check the channel back there?
In a moment, I suppose. Ouch, 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 ouch. You know what? Oh yeah, I forgot I can summon my dogs one turn. Spark crashed. Wait, does this not count as a backstab? I suppose it doesn't.
How about this?
Is that like 3 mans over there? Alright, I am gonna need some of you to turn to my side. Wait, why is the switch blocked? Please healed. Help lost. Well, didn't even get to use my dogs. Switch lost. It's all this fucking weeds. This ain't gonna work out. Okay. Regening health? What the fuck? Why? You know what? I'm just gonna backstab you. I don't think I can even backstab you. Well. Okay, so don't go in there. Well, don't go over there yet.
No
Check
queue
the
to
channel.
get in. That's a first. This can't be the channel.
Alright. Oh yeah, the packets. Alright, I don't have Johns. Well, don't have to aim if I just fucking blast everything.
Guess what's inside? Back for more?
Ah, shit.
That's it.
Wait, where are my dogs? Did they already died? You know what? I'll take care of you last. First you gotta help me. Oh, there we go.
They're fixing the big guy.
Fuck. Motherfucker. Come over here. And I'm out. Then I'm out. I mean. Seriously? Your cells are way over here. What's this? Oh, this is to start it or end it. You know what? Give me a ping first to crash it, hopefully.
How about this?
Okay. No, just you.
Do your worst, pal.
Please don't. Why is that switch blocked?
Give us a hand.
Okay. Hopefully that's enough. If not, let me crush you first. Alright, yourself. Assholes. Okay, crash you first. And sparks. Motherfucker.
All quiet.
Ah. Hey, another access point. And still haven't recovered my overload ones. Repaired in an unknown number of access points. Okay. Hmm. Or if I give this. Spark will do significantly more damage to targets. That's very useful. Cripple targets defense and attack. Stacks up to 3 times. Eh. I do have another help, but I don't really think the dogs helped all that much. Oh hey, I have another jaunt. But I don't have another breach. I don't think. Nope. Let's see what I can put on jaunt. Jaunt will deal damage in an area around the destination. Okay, that could be useful. Jaunt will launch targets upward in an area around the destination. Prefer you do damage. And then I can give myself some rain or a parasite, or purge, I mean. You know what? Let me get rid of... Oh no, you're kind of helpful. You're kind of not. Give me passive packets. Then I guess I'll just get this guy.
Fired up.
Alright. Alright, my jaunt shoot damage an area. Okay. Goldwalk still offline. More questions than answers following the evacuation of the popular Cloudbank district. News brief. The northwestern quadrant of Cloudbank remains offline pending investigation. OPI. Authorities are downplaying any connections between their investigation and the recent disappearances. Chief Inspector Walter Nees praised the work of the 18th Precinct, charged with the task. This is the most thorough procedure ever conducted on my watch, said Mr. Nees. Presently, there is no estimate for when Goldwalk citizens will be able to return home. Post a comment.
Yeah, I'll say.
Thank you for your response. There's back to the plaza. Is there anything back here? I don't think so.
Out of the channel in record time. 8 blocks off. Almost there.
I just grabbed this to save.
You've reached the hopefully not permanent address of Mr. Nobody.
Subject not found. Age unknown. Gender unknown. Selections declined. Reason cited. Still figuring things out. Trace status non-recoverable. Breach. Background error. Subject background data corrupted during integration. Reasons unknown. Exceptions. Recovered data indicates the subject had no selections on record. There is a remote possibility, less than 5%, that this information is inaccurate due to data corruption. The more likely event that the information is valid, subject by definition cannot be matched with census data, as 0% of Cloudbank willingly chose non-selection. Disappearance. Timestamp on the subject's integration coincides with the timestamp of a previous authenticated user relinquishing access and control. Although subject's trace data was corrupted during the integration, nonetheless such data has its uses, and consequently derived a suitable function. Subject's trace data remains disjointed and cannot be recovered.
Trouble.
And there we go.
Popping up like weeds. Dream's getting fixed.
Okay. I need y'all to die. Okay, that jaunt damage is not as good as I would have liked it to be. Oh yeah, I dropped a packet here. Forgot about that. And there goes my jaunt again. Yeah, no, this is gonna be a tough one. You know what? Give me a kid. And then that should leave you somewhere around here. Come over here. Could I get the packet from afar? Would be cool. Hopefully that will be enough. Wait, do my packets damage me? Fuck. Ping lost. Oh, that's okay. Let's try it out. Wait, let me get this packet. No, I don't think so. But I could get you towards this packet. And then
We're off.
hopefully that will help. Wait. Spark lost. Oh. So all I have is get. And my packet. Alright, yep, that's gonna be a tough one. Gonna have to plan things out properly.
Trouble.
And clockers, okay. Wait, is that the clockers instead of the weeds? Because I would actually welcome that change. Why do you have so much health?
Whoa. Popping up like weeds.
And another man. Motherfuckers. Well, there's a packet there at least. Get you. Can I get both of you with that one? Hopefully. Get you, get you. Blow up the packet. Then get the fuck out. How are you still alive?
Pretty tough.
Ouch. Get the freak over here. Alright. You also get the freak over here. Alright, man. Alright. Get me this man. Crash the packet. Okay. Now, let's try this again. Get over here. here. Kill your haircut. Trigger the packet. Keep on loading.
Just passing through.
Ugh. Well, why are you still not repaired? Well, looks like I'm gonna have to reuse that one that I was using. The build I was using, I mean. Spark's been working out pretty well. Just give me a bounce or a purge. Purge could be good. The damage over time. Purge will spawn a purge parasite to seek another target if the host is eliminated. Tap will slow targets and deal damage over time. Get will slow targets and deal damage over time. Spark will slow targets and deal damage over time. And what? Upgrade my Get, because in the event that everything else crashes, you're pretty much useless. Actually upgrade my Spark. I'm using that the most. Okay. And what
What do
about
we have here?
this back door? Is there anything else over here? Nope, okay.
Looks like we can take a detour. So, don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. We're not alone. Hey, she's friendly, I think. Hi, Luna. Can I call you Luna? Luna, fetch. Good girl.
Bark. Good as girl.
Fun.
Yeah, no shit. What, you're not gonna bounce it? Oh, there you go.
So this is how it's gonna be. You barely got away from the Camerata with your life. Now they gotta start running from you.
That's not what I wanted to do. How do I get out of this? Alright, now the doors. Are all the doors open? Practice test.
What's behind door number 5?
Oh, it's 5. I had hoped that all of them were opened in order. I think this is the doppelganger one.
So calm.
Evaluate
Come here
available
for practice.
Oh, it's just regular practice. Damn, I wish I could reset the doors. Well, first off, give me jaunt. like to spark. Deal more damage and send targets flying upward. Nah. Give me call by itself. I do want this. What's the passive on this? More planning potential in turn. Move farther in a single use of turn. Nah. This improves my damage with all of it. With all functions. This raises my max health. Sure. Give me this for spark. And ping for coal.
It's a fake. Looks real enough.
Yeah, no, it's just practice. Turn when desired. But what if I want to reset the doors? Man.
That's enough of that.
I guess I'm not doing the doors this run.
Doors are all shut. What do you want to do now, Red?
I want to reopen them.
You know, it's a little sparse, but this isn't half bad. It's no cloud bank, though.
Well, shit. So I gotta go to the bathroom real quick, so I'm gonna leave them with some music. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. We gotta go.
We better go. Let's see here. Get ready to get jumped.
Or
Not.
not.
Let's not stick
Wait,
around.
what? Alright. Goldwatt Bay.
Wish we could just sit and watch the world go by. They're in line for the big show.
Wait, where the fuck am I? Oh.
You didn't even blink. Now to mop up. Just hold on.
What even is damaging me? I think I'm hitting him with his own head. Nice. Wait, that wasn't all of them? Oh, there's another man. Okay, and it looks like my explosions don't damage me. Wait, you forgot how to stealth or something?
I guess we're done here.
Okay, it wasn't that bad. Access point. And still not repaired. Well,
Hope you're wearing comfortable shoes. Here we are.
hey, me. And Sybil. And I don't know who that is.
Deserted. They know we're here. Hi. Where'd everybody go? Well, we're gonna get you out of here. He says the process wiped him out. He's too far gone.
Yeah, I don't think I get a function from it now that I remember. Wait, what happens if I hum here? Alright. Paper boats, I think it was.
This lady again. She brought help.
Why was I humming Pepper Bots and then the spine starts playing? Ouch.
Golden.
Oh, that was a decoy. There she is. Okay. Lady. She just disappeared. Right as I was about to get her. Yep. Oh great, snapshot. Fuck. Tab lost. Oh. I wasn't using it all that much.
Still kicking, huh?
Parasite. Then get over here.
Okay, get ready.
Oh, right, I forgot you did this.
Red, get out of there.
I don't think that helped at all. No, my spark! Who's left? No.
Who's left?
That's what I said.
I
And
think I know where
fan.
everyone went.
Okay. That jaunt and that breach are still not repaired. I'm pretty sure they're the first ones I lost. No, okay. Wait, do I have another ping? I don't. Do I have another spark? I also don't. Well, let's bounce. Purge will pass through targets, potentially affecting more than one. Tap will chain react from any target it strikes. Yet will chain to multiple nearby targets. Bounce will jump between more targets at a wider range. Give me this one. Box
They left
office.
the lights on. The terminal. What's the good word? Hey, you made headlines.
Incident at the empty set. Breaking. The popular Goldwalk open-air venue has been evacuated. Full story. News
Not
brief.
a word about the Camerata. Trying to keep everyone calm.
At approximately 1 17 a.m. last night, after all scheduled live performances had ended, OVC received several independent reports of suspicious activity at the well-known concert pavilion. Authorities are evaluating reports. At least 2 people were critically injured, potentially including Red, the headlining act. More news as it develops.
Maybe they'll post a correction.
Thank you for your response.
Yeah, let's keep looking.
I can't
Let's
go
have
there.
a look downstairs.
Just to save, and do I get any other functions back? Nope. Alright, at least let me inspect one. Lillian Platt, age 33, gender female, selections, physics, negotiation, reason cited, problem solving, trace status integrated. Lillian Platt, one of the preeminent scientific minds in Cloudbank, Ms. Lillian Platt was the youngest ever individual to be elected as a chairwoman of the OVC board. Under her leadership, the number of OVC terminals in Cloudbank more than doubled, and the quality of the broadcast strengthened more than fourfold. However, she then became the youngest ever individual to leave the post, as she tendered a resignation. Yep, apparently that's a way to use that word. As she tendered a resignation in less than 2 years to pursue extracurricular interests. In private conversations, several of her former colleagues indicated Miss Platt left following the sudden disappearance of a close personal friend, Mr. Maximilian Dorothy, who, according to official OVC transcripts, decided one day to move to the country. Actions taken. Personal records show Miss Platt was preoccupied with certain rumors and urban legend concerning an unusual phenomenon, sighted in the northwestern corner of the city, and possible connections between this and her rash disappearances and the rash of disappearances during the past 12 months. For undisclosed reasons, she did not wish to involve the authorities. Her access to privileged OVC information may have contributed to her decision. Other records show she engaged in clandestine discussions with individuals claiming to have knowledge of the circumstances surrounding her friend's disappearance. She arranged to meet them one night at an unmarked port near Goldwalk Bay. Disappearance. Miss Platt never learned the truth about her vanished friend, although in a brief moment she did learn the truth about the unusual phenomenon. To the Camerata, Miss Platt was more of a meddler than an opportunity, one of a scarce few who'd shed some knowledge on their movements. When the time came, they made sure that they were nowhere near her last known location. According to OVC, Miss Platt has been missing for more than 2 weeks, and the trail has gone cold. Incidents of foul play have occurred less than once a year on average for the last 10 years, but authorities have not yet ruled it out in this case. She got get.
Gotta be a leader somewhere. Poll's a little out of date.
Next month's show. It's down to the final round for the next month's headliner in the #1 venue in Cloudbank. The sensational Red
Facsimile's finally gonna catch a break.
versus downtown's hottest act, Facsimile. Who will it be? You decide. It me. Thank you for voting.
Yeah, if only.
Results: Red 75%, Facsimile 25%.
Let's get back to it.
Time to get up on stage. Ah, fuck, is this a boss fight? Oh, I don't have the
When I
build
first
for a
saw you
boss
up on
fight.
that stage back there, it was like everyone loved you. Everyone except for them.
last night.
When you speak, I hear silence. Every word a defiance. I can hear, oh, I can hear. Think I'll go where it suits me. Moving now to a country where everyone, oh, everyone, before we all become
What? Where? How? Red, where are you? Where are you?
Imagine a bridge to Fairview. This petition would link the luxurious island of Fairview to Walkwalk Bay. Accessible only by air or sea, Cloudland's most secluded and beautiful getaway deserves to be seen by all.
Look, if she's hurt, I'll what? I'll what?
With sufficient support, this petition would create a walking bridge to connect the northwest corner of the city to Fairview Island. Fairview would be just a relaxing seaside stroll away. Additional traffic by foot and small motor vehicles expected to have a negligible impact on the local commerce. Signed petition. Help!
No. I'm okay. I think. I'm okay. I'm still here. So it could be worse. Hey. That you? Oh. Look at you. You're alive. Me, I'm not so sure.
User signed off.
Could use your help. I know this looks bad. Hey, say something already. Say something, will you?
Can't.
Oh no. She's here. Look who it is.
She's singing. I hadn't noticed that before. Well, only the first bit.
Hello again, Sybil. You.
Ouch.
Lost her damn mind.
I am the one.
in through the window and up through the hall.
Why would you target the packet? Right. Come over here. Come over here. There we go.
She's back.
Uh-oh.
She's patching up.
She's not the only one.
Someone to blame.
Frick. now she does that twice in a row. Well, shit.
Almost got her.
Not a good idea.
Sybil. Round 3.
Oh fuck. Uh. $175. Yep, that's a lot more damage. Okay. At least she can do friendly damage. Friendly fire, I mean. Don't. Bounce lost. Well, shit. That's okay. I just needed to hit the packets. Frick. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. There we go.
Now then.
And now she does it 3 times in a row. We come in or what?
Have another.
There we go. What? Oh, just the cells.
She's finished. What now?
Where's the... Do I actually have to... Well... Oh, sorry about that. You kind of broke all my strong ones.
Bye, Sybil. Or Trace. Hello again, Sybil. Your camarada friends. I want you to tell us where they are. Do you understand? We got our lead. We're going downtown. The process will be waiting for us.
Okay, but where do I leave from? Oh, there it is.
With any luck.
Okay, so I got this jaunt back. But I don't think I have anything good to put on it. So I'm gonna leave it alone until I do. I have nothing. Guess I could equip this twice. I mean, I guess.
Hey, hey. You'll be back someday. close as the river's gonna take us. Okay, road to high rise should be right around the corner.
Alright. How fast are you? You're not fast at all.
Heads up. Taking snapshots.
You know what? F you. Get over here. Get cold.
We're off.
Oh, I can't hit you twice. Right. Oh. Wait, you're still alive? And I lost my strongest one.
Easy.
Okay. Flood. And then get me this one. I think it was all of them.
Process. Still a step ahead. But they haven't stopped us.
Okay.
Is that?
Yep, another door.
Sounds like waves.
I think this is the first door you're supposed to find in a regular playthrough.
Same place. Same time. Maybe. That's our girl.
Let's practice one.
That's Sybil. Always palling up to you and everybody. Showed her true colors back there. Wonder how her Camerata friends are gonna feel knowing she's leading us straight to them.
And there goes again. Okay. Bounce. 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 Bounce.
Take that, ball. Everything's like we left it. Was hoping it'd be more like before. What's the latest? That does it.
Postponed. The Hammers versus Clientele. This week's hotly awaited penalty playoffs to be rescheduled for a later date.
I swear this day. Get myself killed. Now the pennant game's canceled.
Word from central authorities that the high-rise Hammers will not be playing against defending champions the Sunset Clientele, as previously expected. Authorities declined to comment on the reasons the last-minute delay, but assured fans of both teams that the season is expected to resume soon, and all the ticket holders will be entitled to a complimentary gift. More news as it develops.
Hoping that'll do it for the bad news for a while. The canals are just down the bend.
It's a place up ahead and I'm going. That is Up Around the Bend by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Not a song from this game, definitely. I just have this habit of sometimes I hear words that are from a part of a song and I just sort of sing it. Hey, I have another call. Sure. Nothing else has recovered. Well,
They
shit.
can do their worst.
I'd rather they didn't. This would be great, but
Why not?
I was hoping that would also hit the packet. Ouch. There we go. Keep this. Oh, there's a weed right there. Too many weeds. That's okay. Oh, there's a wall. There we go. Oh shit. I should probably be using my flood more. Okay, this, this. Oh shit. Over here. Detonate the packet. What? There we go.
Like a charm.
Okay, now I just have to kill these assholes. And these are corrupted. That's not corrupted. Are you dead? Yes, okay.
No sweat.
No sweat, I almost died. Now I have to
So
use
let me
this
get
thing
this
again.
straight. The Camerata. They think they can stop you with these process things. But you're just getting stronger.
I'm actually not getting stronger. I already hit max level. Oh, shit. And I have nothing. I guess technically I have the dogs, but they didn't really work out last time. Okay. Might as well do this one. Sure, might as well have ping. And I can give masks to something. Ping will deal greater back damage to targets. Void will render the user undetectable while preparing the effect. That might actually be useful. Get will temporarily banish the target while pulling it closer. Help will summon a hardy disappearing friend that deals greater backstab damage. Oh, so they have more health. Okay. That will be useful, hopefully.
That did something.
Nice. And it immediately disappears. Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna stop right here for today. This, these fights have been pretty exhausting. So, I think I'm just gonna switch to Persona, as usual. Yeah, that feels like it. But I'm gonna go grab a snack first. So I'm gonna throw you to the standby screen, and I will be right back. Alright. I'm gonna leave the music on though. So let me just switch right here. Okay, I will be right back. Hey, I'm back. All right. Yeah, let me just close Transistor. Okay. And now, give me Persona. What? Okay. My Steam layout was still fucked up for when I opened Transistor. All right. Okay. Close this again. Give me this window. Now I transition, and I should be good to go. Wait, is it desktop? Yep, I didn't turn it off. Nope, we should be good. All right. Sorry about that. No, thank you. Oh, I should probably also switch this thing. Category. Yeah, fuck it. I was considering switching the stream title, but fuck it. Sorry about that. What? Oh, I clicked outside. Okay, so full disclosure, I did play a little bit off stream. I just went back in Mementos to grind for a little bit. But I also looked up how to get the persona that the twins wanted me to get. And honestly, I would not have gotten it otherwise because it required me to do the fancy fusion.
I should write something.
But no, I'm about ready to leave Mementos. Let me just go here. Yeah, I had to do the three-way fusion, and I wasn't really trying that way, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna look it up.
Do you need something?
Oh, yeah, I guess I I also should say, I got all the way to the bottom of the current part of Mementos, but nothing happened. It's just another black door. Hmm?
Oh.
So, you brought us another persona we asked for.
Indeed.
You did indeed bring a Floros with the skill Tarukaja. That completes your current assignment.
See? You can do it.
You're better than I thought, inmate. I was thinking you'd just give up straight away.
Yes.
It is to be expected of the human our master saw potential in. You're dedicated, I'll give you that. Just keep it up, alright? I understand. This is hard. I understand. That's a fine attitude to have. Tax cheap though. You're gonna have to put your money where your mouth is. I gotta say, Justine, isn't an accomplishment that he hasn't thrown in the towel yet? How so? That task list you wrote, it's not only keeping him on his toes, but helping him improve too. I'm not the one who wrote it. What? I've always assumed it was you.
Excuse me?
What? I wouldn't do anything. I don't know anything about that thing. I suppose now that I consider it, that list is far too precise for you to have written. Damn, Justine. Quiet. You don't need to say that. But wait, who wrote it then? It wasn't our master, was it? I mean, probably. No, I have not heard him mention it anything of the sort. How long have we had this list? Is something wrong?
Shut up!
Inmate, don't read too much into this. Just keep quiet and focus on finishing your tasks, inmate. Caroline, should we consult with our master about this? All our master told us to do is oversee the rehabilitation, and it's our duty to follow orders. We shouldn't waste his time on something this pointless. Indeed, it does not matter who conceived the list.
Hey, inmate!
Now quit prying, inmate. Got that?
Yes.
Of course, we will continue to offer benefits to you if you can further fulfill our tasks. All that we ask is that you work hard in the duty you are assigned. We shall do the same. I feel like my bond with Caroline and Justine is growing deeper. Confidence, Twin Wardens, Arcana Strength, rank 3. New ability, Lockdown, allows you to leave a persona to learn an attribute resistance. Wait, what? Leave a persona to learn an attribute resistance. So like, sacrifice one to get a resistance? What? I'm sure it will.
Alright.
Your Strength Confidence has increased to rank 3. You will now earn more EXP from Arcana Burst when infusing personas of the Strength Arcana. Twin Wardens have granted you the permission to use Lockdown. Okay, what does Lockdown do? I mean precisely because I don't think I got it. As promised, I have granted you an ability that will prove greatly beneficial. You may now place a persona into Lockdown and train it to learn new skills. Oh, okay. While you're lazily wasting away, your persona is gonna grow all on its own. Talk about hospitality. Anyway, it's time for your next task. According to the list, it's what is it, Justine?
Now.
The next task is...
Farewell.
Please bring us a phoenix with a counter With a counter. Speak to us again once you have obtained it. One more thing. The next privilege we will provide for you will unlock great power. Therefore, we will need you to fulfill 2 more tasks before we can hand it over to you. The world's not easy, is it? First up, bring us a phoenix that has counter.
Now.
As always, speak to us once you have obtained it. We will know if the deed is done. Am I clear? Alright, I suppose.
I should write something.
Well, my hands are tied.
How goes the rehabilitation?
Welcome to my velvet room. What do you need today? Alright, train persona. I want to
The
fuse
inmate
personas
needs
first,
our guidance.
I think.
Let's execute him. Can you gather them up?
Yeah, this is how I got the floras. Everything else is too high level for me right now. Can I make a
Let
phoenix
us
like
begin the
this?
search.
Isaka, Glotham, Andras, Isis. Ansu, Kinky. Ooh, Kinky. Naga, Suiki, Sandman.
You okay with this?
Eh. I thought it would be a different type of Naga. Jigokuten.
Not terrible, but not impressive.
Tama, Orthus.
You okay with this?
Oh, that looks cool. Weak to ice. Oni.
Not terrible, but not impressive.
Wait, is that a bullet ability? Medium gun damage to one foe. Weird. Black ooze.
You okay with this?
Oh, it's like an upgraded slime. Wait, what's that foul breath thing? Increases chance of inflicted ailments to one foe. So it's like a passive? It's weird. Doesn't have the same. I cannot see other passives. Pixie. Orpheus.
Do you really need this?
No. I was just... I'm pretty sure I wouldn't get this one until later in the level, but... Oh, okay.
Do you really
Apsaras.
need this?
Saitama Genbu.
Do you really need this?
Oh, that's weird. I mean, that's cool. It's like a turtle with a dragon on its back. It's a dragon turtle.
Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Wait, I wanted to, like, rotate it. Can I not rotate it? I guess not until I get it. Because I wanted to see the turtle face. Anyway, that's pretty cool, I guess. Sakmitama. Well, I guess I can't make a phoenix right now. What is this priestess? Isis.
Looks pretty tough.
Ooh. Medium blast damage to all foes. Low chance of blast insta-kill all foes. Alright.
Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Save your bloodline. Decreases because of healing skills by half. Striking weight. Strengthens physical attacks by 20%. Crisis control. Decrease damage from attacks that target weaknesses. I haven't got any psi enemies yet. Give me this one. Actually, skills. Yeah, no, I don't really use physical skills. Never mind. Might as well. I do like Fry. Increases attack for one ally. Increases defense. Removes all stat buffs for all foes. This could be useful. Might as well resist some dizzy.
Its power will be nothing unusual.
Seems you have not yet formed a confident relationship for the High Priestess Arcana. Hence, this persona will not gain any extra power from this fusion. You still wish to create it? Sure.
Now for a rebirth.
Oh, the floors. And that other guy. I am Isis. You are the one who rests on the throne of this world. My mask is proof of that fact. Okay. I can't do any of these 25s. You know what? Give me normal fusion.
Fusion.
This is just gonna give me a regular succubus. probably gonna give me, yeah, 2 high level stuff.
You okay with this?
OG. Weak to nuclear power. Nah, I do run into nuclear power fairly often. I mean, I guess I could just get a succubus this way. Or Orpheus.
Will this truly help you?
Neo Cadenza, what does it do? Restores 50 health and increases attack, defense, accuracy, and evasion for allies. This is really freaking good. Yes, I would like this. Also Endure, what did that do? Revives with 1 HP when KO'd. Once per battle. What was this? Incubus and the Kapategu. Yeah.
Do you really need this? Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Intense focus strengthens magic skills targeting 1 foe. Draining Mouth doubles the effect of drain type skills and passives. Circle of Sadness revives with 1 HP when KO'd, usable 4 times per battle. Yeah. Wouldn't that render the other one? You know what? Fuck it. Like Drain.
It will receive some new power.
Your respective confident relationship is at rank 5. You may see great power. Are you certain this persona is acceptable?
Then
Go for it.
let us begin.
I am Orpheus. I am to become your mask, then I shall walk by thy side and find the answers to life. Sorry, just don't look back, my dude. Behold, the full confident is awakening your persona's hidden power. Miragion. Medium fire damage to all foes. Chance of burn. That's pretty good. Sweet.
You okay with this?
Meh, I'd rather do Priestess. On Moraki.
Do you really need this?
Archangel. Shiki Uji.
Not terrible, but not impressive.
Sure.
Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Wait, I can't inherit the Orpheus skills? Man.
Do you really need this? Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Skillful technique. Can intense focus.
Do you really need this? Not terrible, but not impressive. Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Yep. What am I gonna do with this? What was this is too high level. Saras.
Will this truly help you? Do you really need this? You okay with this?
Salt Dive, Defense Master, Rakunda.
You okay with this?
Garula. That's a Kuja, Windbreak, an Assault Dive. Weak to gunfire. Well, I haven't found any enemies that do gun damage.
Not terrible, but not impressive.
And we're gonna wait until I get another level up. Because I can do a bunch of 27s, it looks like. Yeah, it seems like the only 26 one that was worth it was the ISIS.
Let us begin the search.
Yeah, the rest ones are all 27.
You can't handle this.
Also, I don't have a fortune persona.
Not terrible, but not impressive. You okay with this? Some modification, huh?
Muro.
A skill card, huh?
Then the curse skill. Okay. But I wanted to know what it does. Senryu Yakusha.
Looks like it'll become a weapon.
Holy shit. Silk dress, moonlight robe, regent.
It appears it will become something protective.
Empowers its owner.
A skill card, huh?
Graceful
It
heart.
appears it will become something protective.
Nullify brainwash. Meh.
Finished for now?
Oh yeah, I guess I should train someone.
Your turn, Caroline.
You can toss one of your personas in a cell and we'll give it some special attention to help it grow. You can only lock up one persona at a time though. While it's locked up, you won't be able to use it in battle or fusions. If you forget that, it's all on you. As the days pass, your persona will grow stronger and learn new resistance. That's not all. If you make sure to burn some incense, the persona will grow even more. If you want more detail on that, you'll have to ask later. For now, get a persona into lockdown. What? You don't have any incense of your own? Fine, I'll give you this one. But that's it. No more freebies after that. Now, pick a persona to lock up. Then burn the incense. You will see the effects in only a couple days. Incense magic.
Make a choice, inmate.
I mean, I rarely use this one. But I kind of like the Orpheus passive. Sure.
Gonna light some incense?
Apparently.
Which incense are you gonna light?
The only one that I have.
I'll put this incense in there with them.
Do it.
Oh, I'll take good care of you.
Alright, with that done, all you gotta do is wait. Don't leave it alone for too long. The persona is a part of your heart. If it stays away from you for too long, it could disappear. We'll give you a single warning before it happens, but after that, it's entirely on you. Alright.
Done already? What?
What now, inmate? Hitting back already? Sure.
No slacking off.
Go back and enjoy your break.